The sky didn't fall slowly. It came down all at once. In less than a single day, a quiet Polish village was turned into ash, blood, and silence by an iron flood unleashed by Nazi forces. No warning that mattered, no mercy that counted. Just 24 hours where time stretched, pain multiplied, and survival became a matter of seconds. This isn't just history. This is what modern mechanized war looked like when it was turned loose on civilians during World War II. This was not accidental destruction. Nazi military doctrine during World War II increasingly blurred the line between combatant and civilian. Villages were accused of aiding resistance, hiding enemies, or simply existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Punishment was collective. Guilt was assumed. Civilians were targeted to send a message far beyond the village limits. Fear was meant to travel faster than soldiers. If one village was erased, others would fall silent without a fight. This is how terror became strategy. Men were dragged from shelters. Women were beaten for information they didn't have. Children learned, in a single afternoon, what screaming steel sounds like when it lands too close. As the bombing faded, the second phase began. Ground troops moved in. Smoke covered their advance. Fires provided light. Survivors crawling from rubble were met not with aid, but with rifles. Searches were brutal and fast. Homes still standing were torched. Anyone running was shot. Anyone hiding was flushed out. The goal was total domination in the shortest time possible. By nightfall, the village had become a controlled ruin. Bodies lay where they fell because no one was allowed to bury them. This was deliberate. Death was meant to be seen, smelled, remembered. Night did not bring safety. It brought fear sharpened by darkness. Fires burned unchecked, turning the village into a glowing target visible for miles. Screams echoed. Orders were shouted. Boots moved through debris. Some villagers hid under collapsed beams, holding their breath for hours. Others fled into nearby fields, only to be cut down by patrols. Survival depended on luck, silence, and sometimes pretending to be dead. By dawn, the iron flood had done its work. When the Nazis moved on, there was no victory parade, just emptiness. The village was functionally erased, homes destroyed, food supplies gone, wells contaminated. This was a common pattern during World War II across occupied Eastern Europe. Villages destroyed not for tactical gain, but for psychological dominance. The cost was measured in civilian lives, lost culture, and generational trauma. Children who survived carried those memories forever. The sound of aircraft engines, the smell of smoke, the understanding that the world could end in a single day. It matters because World War II is often reduced to maps and dates, to generals and divisions. But the real cost was paid in places like this. Small villages, unknown names, ordinary people. The Iron Flood represents the moment war became industrialized terror, when machines made killing efficient, fast, and emotionally distant, when civilians became acceptable losses. Understanding this isn't about guilt, it's about clarity, about recognizing how quickly civilization collapses when violence is normalized and humanity is stripped away. One day. That's all it took. 24 hours to erase a village that had existed for generations. That's the lesson. Modern war does not need time. It needs permission. World War II showed the world what happens when ideology overrides empathy and technology outpaces morality. The Iron Flood was not unique. It was a warning repeated again and again, and it's a warning we ignore at our own risk. This is 0 Hour World War II, where we don't just talk about battles, we talk about consequences. If this story hit you, if it made history feel real instead of distant, make sure you subscribe, share this video, and keep these stories alive. Because silence is what the Iron Flood counted on.